anybody in the panels or in OVC, but they saw the information and then they followed up. So this is something that we're going to be able to, the President is going to announce on what is the next course of action for next year. But for me, I just want to thank my family for allowing me at the time to be able to participate in this non-profit organization in which I had to volunteer so much time and which I will continue to volunteer. This is one of them. I want to thank my members of the Grand Granite Diaspora Circle who always challenge me every day to provide them information that they know or I know that I can just be able to present to them. So I'm very thankful. I'm also thankful for my institution sending in Matthias yesterday to come with me. I asked them jokingly, and then they were able to follow up. And then they sponsored fully him to come to this event, and I think the event was very experiencing to him in what he was able to do. So again, very thankful for all the sponsors. Very, very thankful, because we couldn't have held this without the sponsors. All of them, I don't want to name them by name. We have connected, we have changed ideas and what is next and how they can just be able to be permanent members going forward so that they can be able to own the event and how things gotta be run, because we have to pay this place here. This is not cheap. It's a very expensive place, and we are very thankful to those people. There are some members here who chipped their finance for this to work, so we are also very thankful. I couldn't be able to be, finish the remarks without thanking my wife Lillian for being over here. We spent, we basically spent the time from the entire family to support the event. And then, I don't know if I can be able to find where my kids by the time I get home, so hopefully I will find them somewhere, but hopefully they are taken. So I also thank them for allowing the time taken away from them for me to organize this and also to be part of this. I wanted to be here. And it's not something that if you are on the edge, it's something that you want to do for this. I don't think any regrets. I just go forward with what my heart forces me, and if I say I'm going to support you, I just think through it, and I'm going to support. It's not that we're going to get in the middle of the road and then I start to pivot. We're going to be able to follow the road and the route, and that's how my heart is. So I have that one principle value. So what I want to do now, I want to bring in the president of One Voice Consortium to just be able to give us what is the next course of action. He may have his own agendas, but thank you for allowing me to be the vice president of One Voice Consortium. That role, I don't go out there asking for roles. I just be part of the organization to support what it needs to be done. We need more women involvement in One Voice Consortium to take more leadership roles. My vice president is probably open, so you can be able to chip in, and we fill in those gaps to balance gender in every sector that we have. So for further ado, let me just bring in the president, Dr. Robert Shuri. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ongaki. And perhaps, as you can notice, we are trying to wrap up things so that we can be able to, complete this and end this expo in a great way. And I'm very thankful for everybody that has been here for the last 3 days. We've discussed a lot of things. And as perhaps Dr. Ndiang'ui will be mentioning, some of the thanks to everybody that is here specifically. And we cannot be able to mention each and every person, but just know that you have all our heartfelt thanks and gratitude for even taking that trouble of coming from wherever you came from, however the distance you covered. There are those that even came all the way from the farthest place, in Africa. Huh? So and they took time to be here with us. Others came all the way from Seattle, from Europe, and all over. So thank you so much. This expo has covered a lot of things. As you have noticed, this was actually our 10th panel here. So there are a lot of things that, that has come up that will need follow-up, and some of them will actually require some more input from other people outside of this room or outside this panel, and also outside this expo that is here. But we are grateful that we also had members of parliament and also senators. In fact, we have Senator Stewart here with us. So whatever we are speaking here is also going to be conveyed to the rest of our government team that was here. And they were also here, and they had the cry of the diaspora in a lot of things. One of the first things that is going to be part of this Expo Declaration, we are calling it Diaspora Expo Declaration. These are things that we want to follow up. We are going to challenge them through the government in terms of bills, so that things can be effectively carried out. One is the issue around what we talked earlier, that there should be an agriculture and food security bond that is going to help change the mindset around food security in Kenya. We don't want the issue of every year people having hunger, when the diaspora is in a situation where it can be able to help. So we are looking at this as a problem that we can be able to tackle by changing the mindset of not doing just rain-fed agriculture or waiting for rain so that farmers can grow crops. We want to bring water close to where farmers are and solve that problem, because we have identified that the problem is water. There are areas where there is actually a lot of water. So if we can be able to have a bond, a diaspora bond that helps to use the ways of trying to get water from various lakes and getting that water to the semi-arid areas of Kenya, we can be able to have more areas that can become arable, and so farming and agriculture can be part of, we can expand our agricultural output, and also that can take care of food security. Of course, we are looking at this as a long-term goal, because even as you remember in this country, when Abraham Lincoln started the USDA, that was the intention, so that finally you can solve a problem for good. So we are tackling that as a bill that will be passed through Parliament, and our members of Parliament have agreed to support us that. And even Senator Stewart Mazaya, who is here, and as you know, the Senate is the one that puts the rubber stamp to everything that goes through the House. He has said that he is going to support us in the same. And he's in this room, so those things will be passed. The other declaration we want to have is about, as you know, we have problems with visas in Nairobi and all the other capitals around Africa for people who are coming to travel here. Like last year, we had students that were going to come here to various colleges. They were all, half of them were denied, 50% of them were denied visas. And they had already qualified, they had finances. So we want this issue of visas being sorted out very well. So we are going to have a declaration to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to see how that can be done, and done very, very well, so that we don't have to have people queuing or their appointment for visas, extended or, put forward to dates that they cannot be able to travel. Again, even this forum, we had many people who were denied visas, and they had, they had finances to be able to come here. We were not. And that's why you're seeing half of this room empty, because there were people who were not able to make it. The other issue that also we are asking for a declaration is the diaspora bank. This is important to us because if we are going to have a bond, a diaspora bond, then we are going to also to have a diaspora bank. We want that money in a diaspora bank. Which bank at the moment is not known, but we must have a bank for the diaspora. So that's something, again, we are putting as a declaration. Of course, there are at the moment frameworks and structures that are being developed for a bank. Maybe that is what we are going to see if there's a possibility of that becoming now the diaspora bank. The other area that we also want to put as declaration, as most of you know, there's still the issue around the 1998 victims of the bombing in the U.S. Embassy in Nairobi. Their compensation up to date has not been done. And all these victims need to be compensated. Some of them have even children, you know, they are now mothers, others are fathers, and even there's now even post-bombing issues that are there in those families. So they need to be compensated. And I think we have one person here, Caroline, can you please stand up? Caroline Muthoka is a victim of the bombing, and she represents that group, and we will be forwarding that memo that you have prepared to the government for effection. Thank you. The other declaration we want to put is around, of course, what was last here, around issues around mental health and community affairs concerns. This is an area that we really want to make sure that is addressed very well. Dr. Bore mentioned that we are all sick. It's only the degree of sickness. We all have mental issues. It's only the degree of mental issues that are there. So this needs to be really handled and handled very well. You've heard of really serious issues in families, you know, and so we need to have really a good preventative mechanism around that. The other declaration that we are talking about is about having a path to H-2B visas for workers. Other countries have very, very good arrangements for H-2 visas for their nations. We want Kenya to also have a similar program. And then the last declaration is around, of course, you know, IT area is becoming very, very lucrative, and we want to see how we can be able to craft a situation where our IT graduates in Kenya or in East Africa can be able to have access to jobs here, just like the way you have the people from the Far East, specifically India and so forth, so we can be able to tap into that. Again, it's just a declaration. We will be able to craft that in a manner that meets our goals. And finally, I want to mention that OVC and East Africa Chamber of Commerce we are having a collaboration, and in their next conference, which is going to be in October 11-14 in Dallas, we will be in attendance. OVC will be in attendance during the East African Chamber of Commerce. And thank you so much. Those are the declarations. Now I hand over to Professor Ndiang'oi to give a vote of thanks so that we can be able to wind up with this conference. Thank you very much.
My first vote of thanks is to my chairman here. Please give a big one for Dr. Julie. Thank you so much. This man has selflessly worked. To get this far, there was a lot of work behind the scenes. He is the owner of the vision, and we followed it, and we did that. But before I get the real vote of thanks, because this is public, remember, this is going all over the world. There were two awards which were blank because we wanted to see who has supported us, who stayed with us. Parliamentarians sometimes come, they don't stay, just showcase themselves, but the chairman's awards go to two people, two special people, and all of you matter, of course, because they stayed with us. They came from Kenya for a purpose, for the expo, and they stayed in the expo. So, Jake Ogaki, if you can come here quickly and give your two, come here please, the chairman's awards for the people. There are no names yet in those awards, but there are two special people who came all the way to stay, and they stayed with us throughout, and we did not expect it, but they did. We are so proud. Go ahead, announce them. Okay, Jake tells me to announce them, and you shake hands, but they'll get the plaques later on. The first one is retired Justice Stewart Matayo. Thank you, Justice. Come and shake hands here. You've been with us throughout. You've been taking notes. You've been very attentive. We have watched you, and we are so proud of you. Thank you. Please, shake hands with him. Please take pictures of this, because you'll be getting the award with his name. We did not have the names later on, but the chairman will make sure that the name is given there. Please take those pictures for that part. That's very important. Dr. Shuri can join here, please. Dr. Shuri. Okay. Please. So that is the award for the biggest support we have had throughout. Yes. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Justice. Okay. Justice, move a little bit closer, Dr. Shuri, before I get on to it. This is amazing. We love you, Stewart. You've been a great support. And we know those mandates will be done. Thank you so much.
Okay. That one is it now? Read it now? Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You will sit down. You may sit down. The next one. The next one, strangely enough, also comes from the Senate, because the other senator also stayed with us throughout. I don't know why they had planned it that way, or don't know why that's the way they do it in the coast. But Senator Kamau Gethuku, please, you get the second award for the support you have given us. Please, Senator Kamau, come and get the chairman's award here, please. Yes. We love you too, my brother. Dr. Shuri, quickly take a picture here, and then we will be done. It's just so nice. Thank you. Congratulations, my brother. We are so proud of your support, having been with us throughout. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm taking now the picture, please. Okay.
Yes.
One, two. Here, please. Use this. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, one, two. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, one more picture. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So to all those people online, these are the two senators who have really supported us and been with us throughout the 3 days. They sat with us, they took notes, and we'll be following up with them, because there are many things.
The idea was that we wanted to see how many senators and members of parliament would be here until the last day. That's the secret that we held behind.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, you can all sit down now. All right. Now to the real vote, to the other vote of thanks. As the executive director of One Voice Consortium, I'm honored to work with Dr. Shuri and Dr. Ogaki and the team that planned all this, to all this team that made the planning, made very many nights, and they did everything behind the scenes. Jake and your team, congratulations. We did it. This is amazing. Thank you. We are so happy. We want to sincerely thank our sponsors. There are so many sponsors who, from the World Bank to Optivent to Solar Merchants to AMG to many other groups. We are so grateful. To the vendors who did the work outside there, and vendors, we know you got clients, but I know next time we'll do better to pitch you much more, we would love to do that. Thank you so, so much. To every single panelist, this has been the most educational forum, people who sat here. Oh my God. More than 10, please give a big one for all these people. This is the greatest knowledge, and Dr. Bore and others will follow up on these things. Because this is not just talk. This is not just this moment. These are real stuff we are talking about. Whether it is socio-economic, whether it is the gender we just finished with, whether it's the mental health, whether it's the education we did, everybody. This is important, and you followed it up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, panelists. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody. And all the speakers who spoke here, we truly, truly grateful. And now, because this is, I'm sure it is all in record, I take this moment to sincerely thank our Ambassador, Lazarus Amayo. Please give a big clap for Lazarus Amayo. Because Lazarus Amayo has been with us. He is our biggest support. He's been with us almost every day except today. He goes to church on Saturday, but he was here yesterday too. He said he can pray here too. I thank you so much, Ambassador. We are truly grateful. In that connection too, I also want to thank Ambassador Gashelo, who has been with us, our big cheerleader. And we thank you, Ambassador Gashelo. We thank you, Ambassador Kwaka too. You were MC yesterday, and we are truly, truly grateful. We thank you, Ambassador Anwar Johi. All the way from Kenya in the Foreign Affairs Ministry, we are truly grateful. And in that connection, we particularly also thank our PS. She was not able to come. She sent me a message the 3 days to say, I believe you, I cannot make it, I have to go to Sudan. And we know her core of duties, but she sent a message which was read by Anwar Johi, and one big one for Rosalind Jogu, please. We sincerely thank those senators who stayed with us and those who were there. Senators are busy people. And even the MPs who were not able to stay with us throughout, we understand from Mother Wagari, Jarang, and all the team. Please give a big one for them coming. 11 members of parliament also came. We have had many country governments. We had the Speaker from Muranga. We had many others, and we are truly, truly grateful for that. We are truly, truly grateful. And then many of us, I am telling you, even when you look at the people here, the money that has been spent to get us here, don't take these things for granted. People sacrificed. Imagine, first of all, you take your time off from work. Then you have to pay the airfare from wherever you are coming from. Then you have to pay the hotel. Then you have to do all the other things. And you really did it for OFC. We can't take you for granted. Wherever you came from, please give a big clap for all of us. Thank you. We're truly, truly great. And you got people overjoyed from Georgia, we got California, we got everywhere. We got even some people from California. Anywhere. Texas was reading, of course, I don't want them to brag too much, but because they made us go there. But we are truly, truly grateful. It's not a short distance. Dr. Bore and your team, we are truly, truly grateful. Colin, truly, everywhere. And last but not the least, think about it. Let's give OFC a big one, please. OFC. This is OFC moment. This is our moment together. My friends, this is bringing us something very powerful. Those mandates our president talked about, we know they'll be affected. Because we have been able to bring senators, members of parliament, the PS ministry, even up to the presidential level, all the people, the different organizations, each one of us, we have been able to bring together. This is something that has never been done. I've been tried, we have not. We've got people to fight us, and we don't worry, we move on. And thank you, Robert, for keeping up the vision. Because OFC, people have come from Lucas Jega, all the way from Maridi, everywhere, from UK, everywhere. We are all over the world. To unify people is not easy. And then not only that, to bring such powerful brains here. We got all kinds of doctors, professors, lawyers, everybody, but we also got every one of us. Everybody brings something to the table. And to OFC, my friends, we got a lot ahead of us. Yes, I don't care what you say here. We were a big success, please. We were a very, very big success. Are we perfect? No. If we were perfect the first time, then there's something wrong with it. There's a lot to learn. But just a learning moment. For now, I want to loud it up. Let us network, celebrate meeting each other, making new friends, networking and knowing. I learned so many things. There are so many people I want to reach out to do business with and do things with. There are many things office is doing. If you want your students to come here, we are trying. If you want the medical field, if you want anything, we are a team together. And so the last, and of course, all the biggest of all the thanks is to each one of us. We are the office. We are the group that the embassy and everybody reaches us to. Can you help me with the mobile service? Other groups complain, why not us? Do it. But we do it willingly, not just because we have the manpower, because we've got people with a mindset to help and make our country grow. That we unlock those things you are talking about, Dr. Bole. You cannot have nonsense of domestic violence. We have our children, mental health, many areas. We'll be together and we'll champion all those causes, empower each other, do everything together. This is it, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah? And now I turn it over to the chairman to do his job.
No. So you we wanted to have everybody so that we can take a big group picture or a photo, whatever you know the differences for those. So let us all stand and come here so we can all take a group picture. And then after that, I think what did you say? Go ahead.
There might be a few people that may want to say one or two things, but that's after the group picture.
So let's assemble here in the front, please. Did you guys eat enough? You can get up. Or let's get here. Take a picture, please. Kucha hapa mbele tupigwe picha. Sijui mnasemanga namna hiyo. Come to the front, everybody, meaning everybody. Let's get a picture. That is memories that you need. Those outside, come on in. It's okay. It's good, my friend. Today is